WNBL season in 2020, as we know, has been turned upside down in so many different ways, but it has led us to what is going to be unique, exciting, but amazing 6 weeks of basketball in this country. My name's Cam Luke. Can't wait. 2-time reigning champions. The UC Capitals only moments away against an Adelaide Lightning team who might be young and a little small, but of course we know we're going to be running in gunny, and I'm joined by, of course, a superstar when it comes to Australian basketball. Michelle Goebbels, hello to you.
Thank you. You're way too kind, by the way.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm not too kind, but I am excited. I'm hyped. The year that it has been, and with so many twists and turns, and to get where we are right now with so many of these superstar basketballers in our backyard, all coming together, and of course, headed towards an Olympic with opal spots up for grabs, it just means the basketball will go through the roof.
Oh, it should do. It's like 40th anniversary, so 40 years, and this is the way we celebrate. But hey, it's going to be a great spectacle. I mean, firstly, we need to thank a few people like Gerald Rector from Basketball Australia, Lauren Jackson from the WNBL. We've got the WNBL Commission and all the general managers from every team. They've done a fantastic job, and collectively, they have put this showcase together.
That's true. And as I said off the top, so many things have been so different in 2020, and for so many basketballers around this country and the world, uncertainty has been something they've had to deal with. But something that is certain is that for the next 6 weeks, the best players in Australia are going to don their colours and fight it out for a championship that will be, in a very shortened season, very hardly and hotly contested. And the excitement around it, as we have a look at some of the pictures coming out from what is going to be an opening game, it's different. We've got double headers. We're going to see teams back up 2 or 3 days later and have to continue to do it. We are hearing possibly a couple of outs from the Caps, so we'll get to that very shortly when we're joined by their coach. But it means the depth is going to have to be tested, something that, if you look at all the teams that are participating, shouldn't be an issue.
I think that, like, the whole season has to be based on that anyway. For the coaches, it's going to be a bit of a chess game for them. You know, they've got to make those rotations, and you can't have players playing excess of 30 minutes a game because they cannot do that maybe back-to-back or every second game, you know, like for the whole season. They just can't do that.
Now, I know that you got a little bit of a heads up who might not be playing, and the UC Caps are where we start. Tell everyone who is out and how it's going to change it.
Well, this is a sad day for everybody because Kelsey Griffin won't be playing tonight, Britt Smart won't be playing tonight, neither will Talia Tupea, and Mariana Tolo is on limited minutes. So that really hurts the Caps because that was their area, like the bigs especially, Kelsey Griffin, Mariana Tolo, to do a bit of damage there, and now also having 2 guards, Talia Tupea and Britt Smart, out. Having said that, last year Britt Smart was injured, so was Talia Tupea. She's renowned for being injured, so this is really not a good start for the Caps at all.
It isn't, but it's also something I think we might see a little bit going forward. It's not, I'm not going to call it load management. I'm going to say a bit of cautious dealing with a couple of players who struggled with injuries last year. We know how important depth is going to be over the course of this, and let's call it a tournament because it is going to be a tournament style, but the very fact that the next 6 weeks they're going to have to pick and choose, and the players who aren't playing tonight, it isn't long term. It looks like it'll only be a week or so. We'll probably miss the second game of their Mackay double, which will go on Sunday. But the good news is that, in particular, if you're a Caps fan, you should be right to see these girls sooner rather than later.
Well, we hope so. Look, I did speak to Paul Goris earlier in the week as well, and he said to his players, he doesn't want any heroes. He doesn't want to see any heroes. He wants them to manage their injuries. Don't play through injuries. We can't do that. We won't be able to get you out on the floor. And recovery, sleep, and just stay healthy. And I think, you know, they're really good things to stand by. And hopefully this is the start for him, that he's setting his players out without being crazy, because everyone wants to see him out there, but it's just not going to happen.
We have looked at Adelaide Lightning, of course. They famously played the Caps in a grand final series 2 years ago where it went to 3 games. Last year fell just a little bit short, losing in the semi-finals. It's a much different team. They are a lot younger, but it's also a type of, I guess, as I touched on, tournament play that could probably work for this crew.
It might do. So the Adelaide team last year, so they've basically only got Steph Talbot and Chelsea Brook, and he's built a team around it. He's built a pretty good team around it. I was a bit worried about their bigs in this game tonight, but they might be able to stand up now that we've got Kelsey Griffin out. Their guards, like, they will win this in the guard department. So, you know, it's going to be a bit run and gun. Steph Talbot was talking earlier in the media media, the captain's media, that they're going to play a running game because that's what they need to do, because they're not as tall as some of the other teams. So it is going to be a running game for them. So that's what we're going to see. It's good. They want it fast-paced.
And good luck going up against them as well. The heat, the humidity of the far north, of course, and something we're going to see a fair bit of is run and gun 40-minute basketball. And the Adelaide Lightning are going to do that from the outset. This is going to be a wonderful 6 weeks ahead of us. It is the Chemist Warehouse WNBL season 2020. Just a little bit shorter than we were hoping. I know, Michelle, you can't exactly speak to the situation, but being inside the hub for 7 weeks in this kind of weird, intense, drama and filled type of competition, it's going to bring out some different things, isn't it?
Oh, for sure it will. And you know, there's got to be team harmony, and you can't just be on top of each other all the time. You're going to have to create your own space as well within the hub, which is going to be a difficult thing to do.
All right, moments away, tip off. It is going to be a huge moment as we're underway. As we set off the top, a little bit change.
Yeah, Jade Melbourne's starting. Jade Melbourne started, which it's great to see. She's a COE girl, and yeah, really nice to see.
What do you want to see from Adelaide early? Of course, the Caps trying to go for 3 in a row, of course. So they're a team, although they've got a couple of out. What do you want to see from Adelaide to try and take it up early?
I really just think they do need to do that run and gun. I still think they will struggle going inside, because that's still the likes of Keely Froley, Michaela Roof, and Mariana Tolo. She's limited minutes, but she'll still be out there. So they need to, you know, shoot the three, fast game, take it to the hoop.
There's a little bit of and one, and that's what we're talking about when it comes to, of course, the situation. You've got to be able to attack the rim. That's a nice move from Wilson, who, of course, is one of those recruits Chris Lucas was hoping to come in, brought in, experience, and be able to lead the way.
Yeah, she calls herself like the kind of point guard that's a passer rather than a shooter first. So, yeah, so we're looking for big things. I think Chris Lucas wants big things from Ali Wilson.
What do you make of this matchup?
Well, yeah, it's an interesting one. I think Ali Wilson should win this one, but, you know, who knows? Cabillo, she can play. The girl can play.
Oh, stepped out of bounds. No, didn't. Going to go back the other way.
But, you know, I like that from Jade Melbourne. She hasn't taken a step back. She was a late recruitment from Paul Goris, but she didn't take a step back there. She was still willing to take that to the basket.
Early days here. 3-0 Lightning of a three-point play by Wilson. Here is Talbot. We run. One of those young players going to have to step up and have a really good year. Try to get it to Talbot. Can't quite get it. Ooh. Off the rim.
That's so unlike Steph Talbot.
And now we're going to push the other way.
There's probably a bit of nerves out there too.
Oh, no doubt. Talk us through the opening couple of minutes of the season.
Well, the opening couple of minutes of a season is nerve-wracking at any stage, but in a hub-like situation like this, I think it puts a lot of extra pressure on.
Here is Talbot. Gets in a little bit of... I thought it might have been a hands in. It wasn't. Travel and Talbot as the referees work their way into the season as well.
I'm sure it'll settle down.
It will.
Just give it a few more minutes. We hope.
Wherever you might be right around Australia, very warm welcome to you as we kickstart the Caps. This is Melbourne, guarded by Wilson. Froling goes baseline, gets all the way to the key.
That's good ball movement.
Great ball movement. Can't quite finish. Wilson's going to run down the long rebound and try and push. Talbot to the left, that's where she goes. And we'll start again. Straight to the basket. Absolute great move by Chelsea Brooke, and yet another one of those experienced players that you think over the course of this 6 weeks is going to have to stand up and deliver as a veteran. Great pass inside. Too easy, couldn't finish it. Rochi going to start again. Great Queensland State League for the 3 months.
So Roof for the three.
Couldn't quite finish it. The year out last year. Going to love her opportunity. Tried to thread the needle was Talbot. Couldn't find it to Brooke, and now we're going to start again. A little lob inside, too easy. Couldn't finish it, was Froling on the left, and she'll go to the foul line for a couple.
And I think Froling could be a bit of a key to this game. Just posting up like that she did inside, you know, if she does that every time and they look to pump it inside to her, they're going to struggle to defend that.
In particular now with some of the outs, of course, you speak of Griffin not there. Tolo's on a minutes restriction. We haven't seen her yet. She misses the first.
So he probably didn't start her just to see how they're going, and, you know, if he can give her less minutes than he wants to, then he probably will.
Here's where he run. Great start for Adelaide, 5-0, early doors.
Oh, we got a zone, nice and early zone here.
Talbot kicks it out. Here's Wilson, wants to go on the left-hand dribble. Great defence. Rochi was able to stop it. Kicks out in the end to Talbot. That's a little long. Now we're going to run the other way. But she gets all the way to the bucket. Smooth as she wanted. Averaged 10 points a game last year. A little bit of a change, of course, no import. So more opportunities for her this year. She's had a nice start to her career. 3 NBL seasons, a couple of championships, and just gaining in confidence every time we see her.
She had a great season. It was a real breakout season for her, and she deserves that opal spot.
Talbot just hands it straight off to Brooke. That was a great backdoor pass. She picked her moment, and Chelsea Brooks able to give now a 7-3 lead to the Lightning.
And I think that Paul Goris would be a bit worried about those little inside shots, that they're getting easy shots, and that's why he's headed into a zone. Now we've headed into another zone at the other end, the battle of the zones.
Did you like playing against the zone in your days?
Oh my God.
Gets fouled, she'll go to foul line for a couple.
As a shooter, everyone loves playing against the zone, you know. I hated man-to-man. That wasn't good, that was for someone else. And I guess we'll probably see a lot of zones over the course of this whole season because of the fatigue factor and, you know, blocking it up in that centre and just making them shoot from outside. I guess in a way it's a kind of lazy defence.
But if it works.
If it works, you stay in it.
And this is the time you might have to pick your moments during the course of this season. Ruth nails the second. Here's Luella Tomlinson, first time for the game. Chelsea Brooke takes a seat. We run for 3. Look good. Tomlinson tried to keep it live for a split second. They were able to push it over with Froling. Now it's picked up by Rochi. Surveys it.
Yeah, get it into Froling.
Melbourne. Froling wants it inside again. A little pick and roll. Ruth tries to use the left, tried to thread the needle, couldn't do it. Now they'll run the other way.
I haven't got here what the turnover count is yet, but I'd love to see that.
Slight technical issue with the stats. We'll get onto that though, because early doors, and this is something you spoke about earlier as well, the situation where early days, the intensity's up, the nerves are up a little bit.
Yeah, and it's not like the Cats to turn it over. They had the lowest turnovers of all teams with 12.9 last season, so this is not their game.
Tolo in for the first time. And here's... Oh, great pass inside. Beautifully done. Froling, great pass. Double team was there, was able to see, was able to find a cutting Froling right down the middle. We roll the other way. Whittle no good for her first shot attempt of the season, and now we'll come back.
Struggling from outside, Adelaide Lightning.
Great pass again inside Tolo. Good luck trying to stop that. She's done that for many a year. She's dominant. Tomlinson's got a big opportunity tonight to try and stand up and at least slow that down. But early days, Tolo straight into the action. An assist already and 2 points already.
Yeah, and Luella Tomlinson is going to struggle with Tolo. And I think if they keep going to Tolo, they are going to have to sit back in a zone. So we've got Ortlep and Smith coming in. So Carly Smith has never actually played in the WNBL before. She is a 3x3 player, so it'll be interesting to see what she can do.
Here's Wilson trying to take it out. Rochi tries to go between the legs, couldn't. They'll restart again. Little fadeaway into the game, couldn't work it. And now we'll push the other way. Cabillo, here's Rochi. Frolling's been very dominant early, guarded by Tomlinson. We'll start again. Rochi at the top, wants to use that Tolo screen. Step back the three. No good, and now Weebrung will push it up again. All the way, met by Froling. Got nowhere to go. Great pass inside.
Really good vision.
Excellent look.
Number 5, Jade Melbourne, her first team's third. Sub for Canberra, number 14, Alex Delaney.
It'll be interesting to see how long Tolo actually stays out there.
Minutes restriction, always interesting and sometimes frustrating, but it is for the good of the team going forward. This is going to be a team we expect to have a wonderful season. Top of the key, Wilson on the double team. He's able to split it though and kick it outside. Weebrung for three.
That'll give some confidence to Adelaide.
Great pass, the ability to be able to get inside the key, split the double team. A little push away, it'll stay. It'll stay with UC.
So it looks like they're all going very deep into their benches really quickly.
Straight away, Casey comes on for the Caps.
3 minutes left in the first quarter, and yeah, lots of the players have already seen the hardwood.
And that's the thing as well, the depth, the humidity of where the actual season's being played as well. It's going to be hot and humid and backing up. Big opportunity for some of the younger players as well. Weebrung. Here's Tomlinson. Wilson gets deep into the key, loses it, picks it back up, ends up kicking out. Tomlinson on a little fake, tries to take the bump from Tolo. She was up to the task.
6'4" against a 6'5". It's hard to get one up still over Tolo.
Top of the key. Rochi finds Froling. What a big first quarter she has had that time after being able to evade with the pass.
If you're going to reach for that, you've got to be able to recover quicker than that.
And you've got to be able to help defense ready to go.
That's exactly right.
Just talk about some of the opportunities for these young players and what is going to be a big tournament. Is Wilson trying to force it? That's no good. Rochi with the rebound, snatches it away, and it'll be a reach-in foul on Wilson. Opportunity early to be able to come in. You speak of Carly Smith and that fine balance between being aggressive but also being able to play the role in which you have to play.
Yeah, and there are role players, and there are some players that will just do their thing and you know what they're going to do out there. But this is the biggest opportunity that, you know, having no imports, that some of these Australian players are ever going to get. So they need to grasp it with both hands and not leave the court thinking, I wish I had of. No, just get out there and do it.
Froling, she had a big first quarter. That can't continue there. Tolbert with the rebound, but gets stripped going the other way. Great pass, and here's Tolo just all alone. Tolbert. Big, long three. No good. Tolo just uses the one mitt to be able to snatch it. Now we'll push the other way.
She's getting so many rebounds already for them, Tolo.
It's going to be on. Tolbert on Kaiser, who'll go to the foul line 4-2. The bonus already. As Tolo takes that little bit of break.
Okay, so Adelaide is sitting at 1 from 7 from the three-point line at this stage, and Canberra is 0 from 4.
Let it fly.
Well, they're letting it fly, but maybe you have to look at something else if that's the case.
Gaza nails both. Now a 4-point lead for the Caps. Wilson is Talbot. Opal tries it, takes a little bump, tries to just throw it inside. Couldn't find Brooke. It'll be another turnover, and the Capitals' defence has lifted a notch in the last moment or two.
It has. Talbot's just trying to find her rhythm. She's struggling a little bit at the moment, but it'll come. It'll come. A player of her calibre, it's not going to be long until she'll find it, and then she'll do some serious damage.
Oh, Rochi tried to find Delaney. Wilson was able to snaffle it, then missed the wide open layup. She'll be down on that because they let the Caps off there with a lazy turnover. Rochi's had it again. They'll push the other way. Will they finish it this time? Little pull-up jumper from 5 foot. No good from Ortleb. And the Capitals probably get away with a couple there, Michelle.
Yeah, no, I think very, very lucky there. 2 bad misses. It's an ugly first quarter, to be honest.
Here's Froling. She's been great. 5 points, 3 rebounds early. Delaney kicks it out. Rochi can't hit the 3. Long rebounds, Wilson. As we get towards the end of the first. Ortleb, here's Tomlinson deep inside, one-on-one, little jump hook, what she wants. Ended up being a fadeaway.
That was nice. She put body on body and just faded away. I hate fadeaways normally, but she did it beautifully.
Here's Rochi. Met by Ortleb. Late in the first period. Tries to thread the deal, does exactly that. Froling was able to just use her athleticism, finish on the right, kisses it off the glass. She's got 7 in a big first quarter. Tolman straight to the bucket, takes the bump, splits the defense, is able to finish it right near quarter time. And that's the aggressive behaviour we need to see from the leader and the captain of the Adelaide Lightning.
Yeah, that's how you want to finish a quarter, and that will just give the spark to take it into the next quarter. Keely Froling is really doing some serious damage. Keely Froling, the daughter of Jenny Froling, WNBL Life member, and well-deserved. So she's a chip off the old block, and she's doing really well.
Before we get to the stats, how have you summed up the first 10 minutes? It was Adelaide early. You see, of course, a couple of late changes with some injuries out. How'd you make the first 10 minutes?
As I said, I think it's one of the ugliest quarters of basketball.
Well, it always is. That's what first quarters are, right?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, and look.
That's a perfect example. 35% from the field of 46. Of course, the three-pointers you spoke of, not many going down. Free throws are traditionally around the same. But the very fact is, we're into this season in such a different circumstance.
I know, and I'm going to be kind to, and I've said my point that I think it's ugly, but I know that things will get better. All these teams are underdone, and but you know, I'm hoping it gets better in the next quarter.
It will, no doubt, and I think that if you look at some of these team stats, it's the Capitals by 2, 16-14 after 10. Froling's been great, but you're right. They're easing themselves into it. They're in a different part of the world. There's no home court advantage. They're not sleeping in their own beds. There's been some quarantine that has to be, not necessarily with these two teams, but has been handed out, of course, with the government regulations. So, really, when you look at it, first quarters are traditionally not aesthetically pleasing of any basketball league around the world. So it's to be expected in a situation such as this.
Very, very true. So, but one of the big stats, I guess, for that quarter, the rebounds, and UC Caps, they led the rebounds last season with 43.4 per game, and you know, I don't see anything will be very different this season. So they're already at 12 boards as opposed to 6 from Adelaide. So you know, at Adelaide, you're going to have to box out. Mariana Tolo made a huge difference when she got out on the floor. I don't think she's out there again now. I can't quite see, but yeah, she made a huge difference, and you know, with someone that big, she's going to get boards.
That's the thing too, Froling as well. And we know that the core group of the Capitals continue to stick together, and while there are some outs and there are some changes, they know how to play the game so well. They're so familiar with each other, and that was pretty evident in the first quarter as we start the second. Here's Ruth, little left hand, 15-footer, little flat, doesn't go. Brooke with the rebound, and they're going to outlet. This is what we expect to see from Adelaide. That's just a little too far for Ortleb. But you think they're going to run and gun off the rim, out of the net, and off they go. And
especially with like Caps down to 9 plays, well, 8.5 if you count Tolo as a half. So you know, they need to run. They need to just keep running and running and running, because Caps are going to get tired.
Big first quarter for Froling. Going to be continuing to be aggressive, and does it again. He fades. Steph Talbot was able to kiss it off the glass, and it's a 4-point lead for the Caps.
And that's the second time they've reached, and Keely Froling's just come straight back the other way. If it's not working, don't do it.
Ortleb. Here's Weirung. Here is Talbot. Finished the first quarter being aggressive. Going to have to do it again. Using the screen, the left hand. Can't quite find it. Was going to try and, for a split second, try and spread the needle.
And I think that's great from Steph Talbot. Just, you know, if not a lot's working, just call an on ball for yourself. She's got the talent to be able to take that to the hoop.
Batish comes over there, sets a screen, gets a holding foul, so we'll stay with Adelaide. Here's Weerung. Guarded by Cabillo. Now she's going to be able to use the dribble. Runs out of space, though. Brooke, Talbot. Now we're going to have to... There's that screen she wanted. It doesn't come. She pulls up. Shot clock right on 0-0 when she nails it down just inside the three-point line. She's got 4, and that's what we need to see from her.
She's beginning to find her groove, and that's great for the Adelaide Lightning.
Cabillo, he's trolling. Oh, Delaney is going to let it fly from the baseline. Couldn't get the friendly roll. Batish with the rebound straight into the action, and here we are again. Adelaide, a great pass. Talbot looks straight up. She's an exceptional passer, and this time Chelsea Brooke was the recipient. She just runs and she just puts it in the hands of her, and we're all tied up.
And good effort by Chelsea Brooke to get out on the offensive break.
There's Ruth looking on the double team, finds Froling again. This time blocked by Talbot. She's doing it at both ends. Now she's going to run. Batish was able to run down. What a pass! Almost copy-paste from the previous. This time it doesn't work, and Delaney's going to push the other way.
That's all right, but that's a good look, though. That's what they want.
Step back right in front of her bench. Couldn't make it work. Talbot with her 3rd rebound. And Adelaide just trying to seize a bit of momentum. Last minute or two. Oh, wide. Open. That's the shooter roll that we want to see. It's down from Ortleb. Nice rims and shooters, I reckon, WNBL, and the Lynx and the Fire will look at that and go, we hope we get those rolls. Down the other end, great pass. Cabillo's been able to find Ruth. She's been able to respond, and it's back to a 1-point lead. (21-20). Highly entertaining start.
It's interesting they got Alex Delaney on Talbot. So the youngun's got a big job ahead of her.
Just had her on the hip check there. Just grab the shorts just quickly. She'll take a rest now.
So I think they've got Ash Taya out there now. She is a 3-point specialist. So let's see what she can do. First time, actually, I think she's been in the league before. I think it was with Adelaide, actually.
Bank won't count from Chelsea Brooke. It again will stay. Teo comes in. Tolo comes in to touch on. The thing with this is, and this is what we're going to see a great deal over the next 6 weeks, the players who are coming in are at the highest level, and the depth we're going to be able to see. The no imports this year means we're going to see Australian talent continue to shine, and we're going to see it more and more because there are going to be more opportunities. Tonight's a perfect example. Injuries or load management or player management with the short, compact season, heat and humidity, as Tolos has been able to strip Whittle and just gives it straight up for the wide open layup. Couldn't finish it in that situation with the Caps, Melbourne. But in saying that, we're going to see so many players that might not have got opportunities come out and shine, or at least be given the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, for sure. So we've got like 23 players have actually changed teams this season. And get this, I'm a stats person, 37 players new have come into the league that went in the league. So that's like, if you put those numbers together, you've got 60 players. That is 5 teams worth that are at a new club.
And we're seeing a situation too, and I mentioned this off the top, great pass again by Talbot inside the Brooks. She'll go the foul line for a couple. The very fact is, while it hasn't been a great 2020, it's nearly a perfect storm. We've got Olympics on the horizon, it's been pushed back. We've got the best players. Gets a nice friendly roll again. These rims are nice early, Michelle.
Yeah.
And the fact is, we've got the Opals coach who's going to be overseeing it all. It gives so many people different opportunities to not, if not make the team for Tokyo, put their hand up and say, I'm going in the right direction and I deserve to be looked upon for squads and tours and Olympics and World Cups going forward.
Yeah, and especially with the FIBA World Cup in Sydney in 2022, you know, who wouldn't want to play at a FIBA World Cup in your own country?
Melbourne can't finish it. Talbot gets her 4th rebound. She pushes again. She's lifted in this second quarter. Tries to find Whittle. Can't. Sort of half kick the other way. Now Taya's going to push. And the Caps with a chance to tie it up. We'll take the lead. Great Great pass there from Kaiser. Now it gets kicked back out. Nothing but net. And that was almost a perfect example of speaking about Cabillo's going to get opportunities. She finds herself wide open and knocks it down.
Yeah, beautiful job from Cabillo.
Whittle, little handoff for Talbot. Now off the screen from Batiste. Looks inside. Here is Whittle. There's a pass. Little lazy was deflected. Gets back to Talbot though, and they'll be able to restart. Shot clock starting to run down. She wants to take on Tolo. She knows she can't guard her on the perimeter. A little crossover. Step back. And Steph Talbot starting to feel it. She's got 6, also 4 rebounds, 4 assists. She's as instrumental early as we figure she's going to be.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how Talbot actually saw the ring with a 6'5" hand. Actually 6'5" and then the hand.
Kaiser can't hit the 3. Whittle with the rebound, and now we'll push again. Wilson grabbed. Cabillo again. Almost identical to the earlier foul a minute and a half ago. Just grabbed her on the hip. Little hip check, and now into the bonus. So 2 shots coming for Ali Wilson, but timeout for UC Capitals, as they've been able to get that run and gun game going, really, haven't they, Michelle? This team, which we knew with the way they're structured and the enthusiasm and the excitement for Adelaide, they were going to get up and down, and already we're seeing that a fair bit.
Yeah, and they'll just continue to do that. There's no way you'd stop that now. It's kind of working for them. You know, they've had a few turnovers, but we've really got to look at these 3-point percentages again. So 1 from 9 for the Caps with 11% and 2 from 8 from Adelaide at 25%. So they really need to pick those up, but it'll come. It's just they're a bit underdone. And I actually think that might be the whole league. So we've got to be kind. It's a little bit
no
overdone.
doubt. As we tune into the Caps timeout.
Every time you set a pick and roll, you're diving, you come short pass. 1 possession down pop.
You see!
Wilson about to go to line for a couple in the bonus. It's Chris Lucas scribbling around with the 3-point shots, though. It must also be said, there haven't really been a lot of bad forced 3-point looks as well. So the coaches will be relatively happy to being able to find players who are open.
Yeah, and the movement of the ball is not too bad, actually. They're doing really well, and that's why they are getting those open shots. They're just not dropping.
Wilson to the foul line. 3 points, 2 rebounds, a couple assists early for the WNBL veteran. First time back to Adelaide. She'll go to the foul line for a couple.
So both of their teams will want, we haven't even reached the half yet, and there's 8 turnovers to Adelaide, 6 turnovers to the Caps. So they'll need to keep that down, and I think that will happen in the over the course of this quarter and the next half.
A little bit of 3-quarter press here as well. Just try and throw them out just a little bit. Cabillo's able to get it over. Here's Rochi, and they're back to that zone that we spoke about early.
No, I think they're back in man now.
There's the double team to Tolo either which way. That man or zone, that's always going to happen. Well, tries to force it up. Shot clock was about to expire. Talbot gets the rebound. Either way, disruptive defense coming out of a timeout from Chris Lucas, something we should expect to see from this Lightning team.
For sure, and that's not a bad thing. Like, that's a really good move from Chris Lucas to get up the floor, get in their pockets, and make them work for anything that they have to.
And it's not just the fact that it disrupts and may cause a turnover. It's the fact that he throws them straight out. You've got less time on the shot clock to be able to work into what you get. As Talbot on the foul on the rebound, misses the first end of her bonus.
And it'll tie the Caps out as well. So not a bad strategy.
She nails the second. She's got 7.
And she's got 5 boards as well. So she's heading towards a double-double.
The Opal leading from the front, as we did expect. Froling comes back in. As that defense a little bit further up the court. Here is Froling. Had a great first quarter.
They need better vision there. Michaela Roof was actually free.
Wide open and knocks it down is Rochi.
But that's always a good option too.
It most certainly is. Talbot again off the screen. Good hands there by Tolo. Here's Whittle deep inside, where she does her best work. Little jump hook. Great D by Tolo is probably enough. Now they're going to push. Rochi, there's top of the key. Cabillo. Couldn't quite throw to the Tolo. Frolling's going to lob it up. Great job by Petish. Unfortunately, hit it straight to Roof, who's able to use that left hand craftily off the glass. And that's going to cause a timeout from Chris Lucas, who won't like the way the last minute has gone for Adelaide.
No. Yeah, he'll just want to have some words, calm the troops down, and but I don't mind them pushing up the floor. I think they should stay with that. Whether he does or not, I don't know. But that was just unfortunate, that tap. She got a hand in, but yeah, Michaela Roof was there waiting.
It's going to happen a little bit too because of that Tolo, and of course on minutes restriction if you are just joining us, but also the fact as soon as she comes in, she's such a focal point. She was able to score straight up, then she was able to use the double team to pass to Froling, so straight in. And since then, she's been dominant. Let's have a listen to Into the Caps.
Look to attack and then Tolo, you to keep running the middle lane. Okay? Be aware, like, as soon as you come out, they go to long run. Okay, so run like that. Even like a down, we get to the high post and play on that. I want to go shadow here, be out of bounds. Then next play down, we're going to go horns. Go off Tolo, dive Tolo, pop Mick, look for the high low, if not get second out.
You see!
Just felt like a lot of Tolo diving and being able to use a double team, or having other players be able to dive down their key, which has worked so brilliantly so far. If the double team comes, Tolo and exceptional passing skills, there's always going to be someone open.
Yeah, for sure. She's got really good court vision. The other thing about Tolo is her back to basket, her footwork is really quite amazing. So if they can get it down into the block to her, we'll see some really good stuff.
28-27, 1 point lead for UC Caps. Here's Tolbert, gets inside, tries to go on Froling, takes the bump. In the end, it didn't matter. Was able to make it count, and it's the Lightning back in front by a point.
If I was Paul Goris, I'd be a little bit concerned about what Talbot is doing at this stage.
She's up to 9 points, got the 5 rebounds. As you mentioned, is Froling. Tolo, top of the key, guarded by Tomlinson. Tried to force it inside. Again, it was Talbot this time going to hit it away.
Probably a bounce pass might have been better there.
And now Lightning want to push again. Weerung kicks it outside. Tomlinson for 3. Tolo let her have it. Little back off the rim, and now the Caps will run the other way. Great pass inside. Rochi couldn't find Tolo to make it work in the end. And Weerung's going to push. An up and down, high intensity opener, 2020 WNBL season, all thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Here's Wilson. Good look. Talbot, catch and shoot. It's the iron. Tomlinson's going to fight to keep it alive. Rochi's going to take it out of her hands and push. Wants to take on Wilson. Gets deep into the key. Takes a little bump. Going to be kept alive for a split second by Roof. And now it's a Lightning the other way. This time Wilson, stutter step on Tolo. Ref's letting them play. Kicks it out. And we'll take a deep breath. Here's Talbot. Here's Tomlinson.
That was really smart from Tolo. She told Cabillo to go because they were going to, otherwise Tomlinson would have gone on her. So really, really smart. Just talk, rotate.
Rochi. Here is Cabillo, top of the key. Uses the Tolo screen, looks inside. That's exactly what was just called up in the screen, in the timeout. Screen and then be able to cut straight down, and it doesn't matter where the pass comes from, the point guard or the feeder position. Tolo in her intimidating physical best is going to be able to catch it.
Yeah, and you know, Lou Tomlinson is really, really good at blocks as well. She's, you know, arms and legs everywhere, so she's so long.
Rochi, top of the key, uses the Roof screen, gets all the way to the bucket. Tomlinson thought it was clean.
Oh, I'd like to see that again. It looked pretty
Little smile
clean.
there from Maddie Rochi as well, so I think she might have thought she got away with one as well.
Yeah.
As we have talk us through this.
Oh, I think it was all ball. You know,
Might have got her on the side of the face, but either way,
I don't even think that.
they all count, Michelle, because she's at the foul line for a couple and she makes the first one. Foul or no foul?
That's right. You take it, Rochi. Go, Maddie. You take it.
She'll miss. I'm sure there'll be one that'll be missed over the course of the next couple of weeks. She's able to make them both count there.
Let's see if they even it up now. Is that what refs do? Don't they do that?
They do not, allegedly. Here's Wilson. Had a very nice start. Tomlinson on the handoff, back to Wilson. Weirung able to just spin around, pivot, tries to just hand it off to Tomlinson. She waits. Great defence. Great defence by Ruth, and it's going to stay on the baseline for Adelaide. Great pass.
It was a good find.
Tomlinson to inbound. Can't get it to Whittle, get back to the top of the tee. Wilson, step back on Rochi for 3. That's just a little short as the shot clock did run out. And the Caps will try and extend this lead. Currently a 1. Cabillo's been very good early, as is Rochi. She's got 7 points, 6 rebounds early. Step back, can she make it 9? She does. And I think it's going to be a foul on the Lightning as well, so it's going to stay.
That was a great screen from Ruth as well. Nice step back jumper from Rochi. That's how you come off a screen.
It is. Able to stay in control, square up on the little step back, and she's had a great start. 9 points, 6 rebounds in the first half for Maddie Rochi. Oh, great pass inside. Great play call.
I was just going to say I haven't heard much of Keely Froling for a bit, and there she is.
Excellent pass. Froling able to again cut to the bucket, this time down the other end.
That's a great take.
Great move, Weirung. Game's gone up a notch here. Cabillo wants to go. Little hesitation. Goes around Luella Tomlinson. Can't finish.
That was very smart, though. She took it to Tomlinson because Tomlinson can't guard her from out there.
Here's Tomlinson the other end. Can Froling guard her? She gets nice and deep. Little jump hook, able to spin. Kiss it off the window, and she's able to score. That's back to a 1-point lead.
She's doing quite well, Tomlinson. She played a bit of a backup to Mercedes Russell last season, so really didn't get much court time at all. So this will be big for her.
That's a great move this time again. Cabillo couldn't finish it. Big rebound by Smith. Now she wants to be aggressive. Weirung. Here's the double team that comes. She's able to get out of it, though. She'll get towards the end of this second quarter. Weirung. Clock getting down, takes it deep inside, hands it off. Tomlinson's able to finish exactly almost to the second. How Adelaide finished the first quarter. They were able to score that one with Steph Talbot. This time is Luella Tomlinson. Great pass by Weirung, and the best way to get some momentum going into the halftime break. Have a look at this, as we will in a split second. And a couple of times the Caps looked like they were going to be able to just use the momentum to give themselves a bit of breathing room, but in the end, the Lightning have been able to get the momentum back again and will go into halftime in front. So a brilliant end to the first half for the Lightning, 35-34. And what a great first half it has been. Led really by Steph Talbot, but when you look at the other end, Maddie, Rochi's got 9, Froling's got 11, and it's been a great end of a what has been a very good first half. Michelle, talk us through a little bit of what you think, because coming into it, we weren't sure Adelaide, with some of their young players, rookies, some debutants, were going to be able to handle it going up against the 2-time defending champion. Straight away, they've shown they belong.
Yeah, and look, I think if we can see Luella Tomlinson step up like she has been, it'll be great for her confidence, and it'll be great for the Adelaide Lightning too. They just need to settle a little bit. The running game is working for Adelaide, but some of their passes are just a bit stray, and they've missed easy shots, but both teams have missed easy shots, both ends. So we've got Keely Froling with 11 points and Talbot with 9 points. So they pretty much are leading the way. But Maddie Rochi has impressed me as well. She's doing a really good job. But yeah, I think Talbot just might break loose if they're going to have to be careful who they actually put on her in the second half.
I think a lot of what we spoke about, of course, we expected Steph Talbot to play exactly how she is. She's an opal. She's obviously the leader of this particular team. Ellie Wilson's played particularly well as well. We'll get to her very shortly. But if you have a look at these stats, it started to improve. 44%, that was a much better second quarter from Adelaide because they're getting better shots. And that's a lot to do with both the passing of Talbot and Weerong, as we see in the end there. So they're getting much better shots than they did in the first quarter.
Yeah, for sure they are. And some beautiful assists, just those little passes under the basket. They don't look bad. I actually think the second quarter was a lot better, and we'll only see it improve from there. It's really good to see all the players getting in, though, and, having a crack.
And this is something that, you mentioned Maddie Rocci as well, who's got 9.6 rebounds in the first half. Obviously, Froling as well with 11 points and a couple of boards. They've been able to do it, the Caps, in different ways. We were able to see in the first quarter they were predominantly going inside, which is what, before the injury news, we expected the way to play out. Madison Rocci was outstanding in the Queensland State League, gaining in confidence, right on the cusp of Oval selection. And that's what we expect from this next 6 weeks. Players to be able to stand up, put their hand up and announce themselves to basketball in this country, how good they are. She's great. We know Steph Talbot has already been and worn the green and gold when it comes to senior teams. So to be able to stand up and see what we did in the first half, I think is indicative of how this season, and it's going to be a roller coaster at times, is going to go.
Isn't it? And look, I spoke to Lucille Bailey, who's the general manager of the Caps, and one thing stuck with me. She said, sport teaches us about adversity. Well, if that ever is the case, it is in this season. So, along the way, they're going to have to adapt. All of these teams, all of these players, you're going to have to adapt because you may not have your best scorer, you may not have your best defensive player. So you're going to have to be, really versatile to be able to slip into a position that may not be what you want to do. But
true, but the best thing about this is how deep Australian basketball is. And the very fact is we're going to see opportunities, and we continue to talk about it, but the way that this is constructed, 6 weeks of just playing basketball, being on the road, living in each other's pockets, it's a real Tawny style, but it's going to allow players to stand up and be counted. And it's not the perfect 2020, and I don't think anyone can say that it has been in whatever they do. But the very fact is, this can only be good for Australian basketball, and the female side in particular, going forward, because we're going to unearth, I reckon, more superstars, more talented players to get the opportunity to play at the highest level, and that can only be good for the game.
Yeah, and it's going to be exciting to see who is the player going to be,
Yep.
who stand up now, because this is your chance. So, and we might have quite a few of them. And, Sandy Brondello choosing for the Opals, she may have a problem on her hands. Yeah.
Good luck. Hey, let's have a look at some of the first half highlights, because there was plenty as this game started to heat up. It's hot, it's humid. I've heard there's not a great deal of air conditioning in the stadium, but Ellie Wilson, straight off the tip, was able just to attack the rim. And Chelsea Brooke was really good early on as well. And then, of course, Maddie Rocci, who we spoke about, that was her first bucket. And if you look at it, Bruce had an opportunity tonight to be able to say, hey, last year there was some issues, of course, when it comes to visa and residency, and I couldn't get out on the court. I want an opportunity tonight. So there's different ways, and Froling's been dominant as well. Different ways while people haven't had that opportunity yet, they've been able to show early how to do it. And that woman.
I guess the Caps were really lucky that Ruth could train with them all last season as well. So it's not like they were just slotting someone new in. She's had a bit of experience with them. So I guess that's a bonus. But back to the point where you said there's not a lot of air conditioning. Actually, I think there's no air conditioning.
There's no air conditioning.
So
but
it's still 25 degrees. It's 25 degrees outside. So in the stadium, they're lucky it's not a packed stadium, because that would increase the heat a bit more. But it would still be quite warm in that stadium. So once again, it's not just your injuries. The rotations are important just to get a breather.
Rocci there on the step back, which is something that, when you've got a team that they have around, that was a great pass to win the first half, with Luella Tomlinson being able to put the Lightning in front. But when you got Rocci, Cabillo's been good. She's been great at being able to control the tempo. Hasn't quite been able to hit a great deal of open shots, only the 3 points so far. But the very fact is, those two guards and their ability to be able to play off the bigs, be it in a screen or a pick and roll situation or throw it inside and wait for the double team, that's a huge reason as to why this Caps team has been so successful the last couple of years. And while the guard personnel might be a little bit different, of course, in particular with no imports and no Kia Nurse, the very fact is they're just going to play the same way, or it seems like it, and the success is going to continue to come.
Yeah, and it's looked good. What they're doing is looking good. It's just the delivery sometimes. Sometimes the pass might be a bit off, or, you know, you could have bounced it in. It's more the angles and stuff like that. So the more they play together, you know, underprepared, that everyone is, and the more they play together, the more they get on the court, it's going to get better.
We've got a young Adelaide team. We've touched on it. They've been incredibly impressive so far. And I just want to point this out, just because I think they're young, doesn't mean I don't think they're going to have an outstanding 6 weeks. And I'm going to explain a little bit later why, as I'm really looking forward to seeing Adelaide play. But they are led by Steph Talbot, of course, an Australian opal, right there on the cusp of Olympic selection. Pre-game, we spoke about who we want to keep an eye on, and this was the woman. And as the game, and she lets it come to her, she let the game come to her, and when it did, it just changed the momentum of it towards the Lightning.
Yeah, and they could have their hands full, the Caps, if she really does bust out. She's still done a brilliant job, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying, but you know, she can actually. She is an absolute game changer.
She is, and someone, if you look at what the Opals, and we're going to talk no doubt over the course of the Chemist Warehouse WNBL season, we're going to talk continually about how this team, and you know what, I think there'll be 25 different changes that you and I, Michelle, and the commentary team and people watching and media around the country, maybe even the coaching staff, who we think should be in the team. But she's a great international player. She fits perfectly and plays whatever role needs to play. And this year it's a much different leadership. She has to do not everything, but she has to really take the ball into her own hands at different times. Yeah. And what we've seen so far is a perfect example of why she's a star.
Yeah, she's going to have to step up pretty much every week, I think, for them. But you know, she's a player that can do that. I would not hesitate. I don't think Sandy Brondella, she'll be taking her to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Unless there's an injury, and you're not going to get injured, Steph. So she will be going to the Olympics.
Who are, and I'm going to put you under the pump a little bit here, just a little bit. Right, when we look at this, the Caps have been great, Lightning have been great, so we're seeing it. We'll see the Fire and the Lynx very shortly. We're coming into this season. Favourites for you? Who do you expect the team to really be the last team standing?
Oh, goodness. Look, I'm going to give you my top 4 first. And
I'm happy with that.
I had this discussion with Michelle Timms today because, the Caps, I think, hopefully they can stay healthy. I think they'll be in top 4. Definitely, I think Melbourne, Melbourne Boomers, and of course Southside Flyers. Yep. So I've got 3, and then I've got a spot. And Timsy said to me, "Tell me your smoky," and I think my smoky is Townsville.
I like Townsville as well, so we'll get to that. We're going to see them a little bit later on when they take on Perth. It's a little bit of a different feel for obvious reasons, and it's a different season launch. And of course, it wasn't the glitz and glamour of what it traditionally is. And we see the captains here, of course, all together, having a bit of a laugh. Lauren Jackson, of course, the superstar, the legend, the greatest basketballer in the history of Australia, and then a little bit of byplay as well. It's hot, it's windy, it's in a location that none of these girls ever thought they'd probably be in, but it was a great launch, great media access, and a good opportunity for the last time to let their hair down, have a bit of fun, and talk about how important this season is going to be for them. Yeah,
and so, you know, the 4 teams that actually flew directly into Mackay, they're the 4 captains from those teams. They had to fly into Townsville first before they flew into Mackay to do this media. So, you know, that's just a little extra strain as well. You know, the flight's not that bad. I don't think it's like, you know, 4.5 hours, but it's still 4.5 hours, and that you're not with the team in a preparation position. But I think it's really important that they do that media kind of stuff just to get it out there. We're in Queensland. We've got to showcase. This is a great sport. It's one of the best female sports in Australia, and we need to showcase that. And I think so far so good. We're doing a great job.
Most definitely. And before the game, as always, which has become customary and so well it should, Welcome to Country was brilliant to watch, and we did see a little bit of it here. And this is something that we have, and what a week for it is, of course. And the very fact is that when we look at this happening before tournaments, before games, before sporting events, before anything really. That is something that continually happens, and we continue to respect so many different people, and everyone comes together to enjoy sport and love it.
Yeah, and we've got I think it's NAIDOC week this week, and if you look at the caps on their shorts, I think they've got a logo, which is the We Got You logo, and it's the We Got You campaign. So that is run by Paddy Mills, and they actually had a few Zooms with him. So it's actually celebrating history, culture. It's in support of racial inequality is the We Got You campaign, and I think that's great, and it goes hand in hand with NAIDOC this week.
I'll tell you this, I'm not sure if he wants to, but if Paddy Mills wants to be Prime Minister down the track, I think there's a legitimate chance for everything and all the great things he does. Yet again, I have no idea if he wants to be a politician.
It's got my vote.
And I think he's got a lot of people's votes, the way that he goes about it, the example that he leads, and the way he stands up, and everyone listens when he speaks as well. Everyone, and me included, does. I think that there is a political career to the highest level, if in fact he wants it, once his basketball career is done and dusted. All right, let's get back to a hot, humid, no aircon Mackay Stadium, but I tell you what, the intensity and of course the basketball is the hottest thing there, remarkably, and it's a 1-point lead for the Adelaide Lightning at halftime. They lead 35-34 over the Capitals. Talbot, Wilson to start. In the backcourt, there's Melbourne, there's Rochi as well, and we'll get to the remainder of the starting fives as we kick-start it. Lightning by a point. We rang at a great first half. Thomason starts.
Yeah, she's trying
quarter.
to post up, and that's really smart. She's got Jade Melbourne on her, who's very young, great player, but very young. So, you know, try and post her up. Make her work on you. Go to work, Talbot. You got that.
A little bit of change up. Chelsea Brooks started. A little bit of foul trouble for Brooks. So Luella Thompson will start the third period. Now she'll inbound. Couldn't find Talbot. So there is Brooks. So we have a change from the starting five. Oh, couldn't quite get it inside.
I think Chelsea Brooke needs to look at taking that three. She actually can shoot the three fairly well.
Here's Weerung. Tries to cross over Kabila, gets inside, has to kick it out. Well, shot clock's going down, so she's going to have to let it go. Couldn't get it up, Chelsea Brooke, that stage. There's an early turnover. Chris Lucas won't like that. Didn't get a shot up, and it'll go back to the Caps.
No, they just looked a little out of sorts there.
Froling, big first half, had 11 points. The aggression, couldn't quite finish it. Great rebound, couldn't find it, finish it. Second time was Ruth, and they're back in front.
She seems to be getting those cheap little baskets, Ruth. She's in the right spot at the right time.
When you're in a situation where you've got players like Froling, like Tolo, like Griffin, they're going to command a lot of attention. She can pick up, for better use of words, a little bit of scraps, and that's what she does so particularly well.
For sure. One-point lead for the Capitals. 36-35, opening night, 2020 WNBL season. 11 points in the first half for Froling. Rochi dribbles it off her foot, straight to Talbot. They're going to push the other way. She's met by Melbourne, tries to spin on it, takes a little bob. That'll count. You love an and one like that. She was always going to take that. She never took her eyes off that basket, except when she did her spin.
And this is the thing, she summed it up, she goes into it, takes a little bump from Melbourne, who didn't do a great deal wrong, to be fair.
No, it kept her hands out and, you know, took the body contact, absorbed it, but Talbot's just too smart for that.
Huge start. She's up to 11. Make that 12, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Great start for Steph Talbot as that three-court pressure does continue to try and disrupt the Capitals. Here is Froling. Puts the head down, little reach in from Talbot.
I don't think she thinks that's a foul, just from looking at her face.
That'll be her second.
She took that pretty hard. I would not like to get in front of Froling when she's on her way to the basket.
Here she is again. Cabillo. She's going to set the screen. Uses the folding screen. Can't try and get it inside. Guarded by Brooke. Little crossover. Kicks it outside. Talbot, though, able to snaffle away her third steal. Now they're going to push. Talbot, little 3-on-2. Little European step. Little Euro.
It would have been nice if it came off.
Looked like it came off her leg. It did. Well, the referees at least disagreed. So it's going to stay with Adelaide. But
from this angle, it looked like it came off her leg, but we trust the referees.
Of course. Here she is. Talbot. Wilson's been great as well. She's got 5. Can't get inside to Brooke there.
Great hand.
Now the shot clock's going to be an issue. It's down to 4. Talbot's going to have to put it up. See it in the background there. Gets away. Doesn't quite fall.
Did that look like a little bit of a travel?
It did, but we're going to push on. Here's
Okay.
Rochi. She'll pull up. 20-footer. Straight on. Nothing but net. She's having a great night. She's got 11, and her confidence grows every time she gets the basketball. Talbot right back at you the other way. She can't finish. Ruth with the rebound. It was great defense.
Oh, they'll be getting,
Okay,
they'll need
there.
a timeout.
Now,
I'm fairly
Chris
sure.
Lucas.
Yeah, he's got a
Rolling's
timeout.
able to just get an easy layup. Kaiser with a great defensive play at one end.
Nice
Rolling
brush
finish
back.
to the other. Weerung. Going to try and use the Tomlinson screen. Again, the shot clock's down to 5. Weerung just throws it inside the Talbot. Was there for a long time. Couldn't quite get it to finish. Neither to Tomlinson.
That's a shame from Talbot because that was a beautiful steal and she deserved those points.
Cages come straight in and played great defence. Rochi into the tall timber.
They're letting a bit go.
They are, and I love it, Michelle.
Yeah, letting them play. This is good.
Rochi again just gets into the teeth of the defence. Tomlinson with the help defence have batted away, but it's going to stay with the Caps. Hannah Kaiser's defence in the last couple of plays as well. Just been able to stop Steph Talbot on 2 occasions. Former teammates, of course, and maybe the hours on the practice court might have helped, but it's been able to stop a couple of layups, and now down the other end. Rochi couldn't finish it. If they get a great inbounds play by the Caps, now we'll push. Here's Wilson.
They're making great plays. It's just they're not finishing.
Wide open. Weerung's able to make it fall as well. And they stay right with them.
Yeah, Weerung can shoot the rock, so they can't allow her to get hot.
Here is Kaiser. Step back 3. Just in and out. Weerung again. Now they'll push. Adelaide team starting to feel it. They're all the way. Nice little Euros. Are able to get rid of the defense from Cabillo. Straighten up. She's up to 7. 5 straight points.
Yeah, she's beginning to step up. Good to see.
3-point lead for the Lightning. Froling got 13. That time was a little lazy. Great hands by Wilson. Froling gives away the foul, and again, just when we thought they needed a timeout.
I know. I'll be honest.
A couple of good buckets.
I was wrong. For the first time ever.
There
I
you
was
go.
wrong.
Great defense by Ali Wilson again. She's got 3 steals on the night.
Yeah, she's doing the little things. Like you wouldn't go, oh, she's an absolute standout, but she's doing some good little things out there.
Big opportunity here for Ortleb and Patish to be able to come on, be given an opportunity.
So Maddie Rochi is also looking at a double-double. So she's got 11 points and 6 rebounds. So 6 rebounds, that's pretty impressive for someone at 5'4".
Extremely intelligent basketballer, proving it tonight, having a great night.
Actually, she's 5'6".
There you go.
She won't like that.
Oh, great hands. Great hands by Ruth, and it leads to a layup for Cabillo, and that's not what Chris Lucas wanted. They had the momentum and a 3-point lead and the ball. Don't get a shot at it. They'll get another opportunity here. Wilson, aggressive, straight to the bucket, just went straight around Froling, laid it in with the left hand, and that restores that 3-point lead. Rochi.
Nice handoff.
Here's Cabillo. Gets around Brooke. Kicks outside, Roof with the left hand. It's hard off the back of the iron. Rucci just wanted it more. Exactly what you spoke about only a moment ago, Michelle. Her tenacity, her basketball smarts allows her opportunity. She now has 7 boards and was able to draw the foul.
Yeah, if you know they don't box out, you know that's a real problem. Because they had Olivia Apupa last year. She had averaged 7.7 points per game. So, you know, to lose her, they need someone to step up into that role.
Rucci feeling confident, steps back. That's in and out. Off the hand of Froling, and that 3-point lead will stay where it is, and the Lightning will try and extend it. Third quarter here, opening night, Chemist Warehouse, 2020 WNBL season. It's different, but the basketball at an all-time high. Might be Cabillo might just get done. A little reach in. It'll stay with Adelaide.
I'd like to see a little more from Marina Whittle, I think. She's got a lot to give.
Smith comes in, Brooke takes a seat. So Chris Lucas has spoken pre-season about giving an opportunity and the challenge of playing some young players. You got
He's gone a bit smaller here.
They have Smith, Patish, and of course Ortlep, all on the court together. Good opportunity. There is Wilson. She's a veteran. Nothing but net. Doubles the lead. It's a 6-point lead. She's been brilliant tonight. She's got 10 into double figures. And this Adelaide Lightning team are playing brilliantly. Marina Whittle.
Yeah, they've stepped up a bit, 45-42 now, so it's a bit of a seesawing event here.
Opening night, doubleheader. Steph Talbot comes in. Marina Whittle takes a seat. 6-point Adelaide lead. Cabillo hands off to Rucci, just splits the defense.
Way to turn that corner. Turn that corner so hard.
Not much a defence can do right there outside of fouling her. It's almost an open lap because of the way she turns the corner.
Yeah, and I think they were expecting her not to do that, just to go to the next handoff, but turning that corner just changed the game.
Earns a couple of foul shots as well. Maddie Rucci. Now got 12 points. Entertaining start of what is going to be a wonderful 6-week WNBL season. Rucci, nothing but net, didn't draw rim on either there. Whittle comes back in. Wilson. 10 points on the night. Talbot's been outstanding as well. Here she is, Steph Talbot off the Patish screen. Smith, one extra pass. They were able to find Whittle right in the corner. The great pass by Wilson. Great ball movement. Wilson hit the last one. This one straight on, bottom of the net as well, 2 in a row. She's up to 13, she's feeling good. Adelaide are feeling good, and the Caps want to talk about it.
I have no doubt the Caps want to talk about that. You can't have Ellie Wilson getting hot. She can shoot that 3. She shoots it pretty well. So what was it, from the 3-point line? Oh, actually, I'm saying that, but from the 3-point line last season, she was 29.4. So she's improving this season, and that's great to see.
On her, though, of course, we know with the ACL a couple of years ago, just easing back into, now not easing back into it from an intensity point of view as well, but those long-term injuries can sometimes take a little while to have mental confidence in your body and your knee and your way to be able to pick it up. So there's going to be no doubt we're probably going to see a much more confident, improved Ellie Wilson from the one we've seen 12 months ago.
Yeah, well, last season, watching her, I remember watching her a couple of games. Even with coming back from an ACL injury, she plays so hard. She absorbs the contact and she doesn't shy away, and she actually plays really, really hard. And I remember thinking, oh, I wouldn't have liked to have played against her. Yeah, she's pretty tough. And yeah, if she can up that 3-point percentage this season, she'll be looking good to have a great season.
Come on.
Chris Lucas urging his troops. They have a 7-point lead. They've played brilliantly. They're going to get up and down, and this is what I sort of spoke about a little earlier. We're going to see, because it's going to have a bit of a tournament feel, we're going to have an opportunity to see a team get on a roll and play confident basketball. And already Adelaide have shown that straight in off the bat. It's going to be a roller coaster. And I mean, ups, and more ups. Again, Ali Wilson gets the hand in and causes yet another turnover for UC.
I was just about to say that the turnovers haven't been as bad since that first quarter, but oh, beautiful pass.
Wilson has this on a string. Great pass. That's her third assist. Talbot now up to 14 points. And they are almost doing in the last 2 or 3 minutes what they like.
Yeah, Ali Wilson she's really changed the game for them, and it's great to see. But the Caps, you know, they're going to need to do something here to maybe get up the floor a little bit, you know, make it hard for Ali Wilson to bring that ball up the floor. So, you know, Rochi, she's a great ball handler. Just make it a little bit more difficult for Ali Wilson to bring it up the floor.
Hardest thing to get in sport, in my opinion, is momentum, and it's also the hardest thing to stop. And Adelaide have all of it right now. So Canberra are going to be able to find a way here, right before three-quarter time in the next 4 or so minutes, just under, to be able to wrestle momentum back, because this Adelaide Lightning team are full of confidence, and it's led by these two women, Wilson and Talbot. Wilson wanted another one. This time she gets into the key, gets it stripped, gets it back, takes a bump. She's going to go to the foul line for a couple, and everything she is touching right now, Ellie Wilson, has turned into gold.
Yeah, I'd actually switch and put Rochi onto Ellie Wilson for a bit and just really give her a hard time up the floor. And not that, you know, Jade Melbourne, she's not doing anything wrong particularly, but it's, yeah, just having a little guard sitting in your pocket, it's just annoying. It's like one of those flies you want to get rid of.
She misses the first. Rims a second out, kept alive for a split second by Smith, who's been active tonight. But now an opportunity the other end. Here's Rochi. She's got 13. You cannot leave her open. They get away with one there, the Lightning. Wilson with the rebound. This is what they do, is they try and push. Rochi gets a hand, couldn't quite keep it in or stay with Adelaide.
Ali Wilson is having a cracking quarter. So she's up to 13 points and 3 rebounds and 3 assists.
She's fun to watch when she's in this mood. Confidence just continues to grow by the minute as she here with the ball right now. Talbot off the shit screen, gets into the key, she gets bumped.
So Tolo's giving a hard show and recovering there. They need to try and capitalise off that. Just that split instant where she's actually not on her player.
And these girls, these young girls from Adelaide, Batish, Smith, they've been able to come in and be able to fill the role brilliantly. And that's a credit to both Chris Lucas, but also themselves. And these are the type of opportunities that so many of these young ladies, new to the league or not, are going to probably get as this season continues.
For sure. And we're probably going to have some corrections along the way with names, and it is Batish.
Batish, thank you. I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, I'm here all day.
There you are, thank you. She's been brilliant.
She's done all right, you know, she's stepped up late, so you know, I think she was the last cab off the rank, 12th recruit, and she's doing all right.
Steph Talbot makes both.
It's just a real shame that we're not seeing Alana Smith. You know, that just would have been amazing for the Australian public to showcase her in Australia.
Rochi runs into her own teammate there, and now we're going to push the other way. The Lightning, Whittle gets in, pulls up, kicks out. Wilson, one more. Brooke straight on 3. That's down! And their ability to find the open three-point shooter this quarter has paid dividend.
They've stepped up, and I told you that Brooke can shoot that 3, and yeah, she's got to take it if it's there.
Now UC need to be able to wrestle the momentum back. Rochi takes it in, takes the bump. Couldn't get it to work, couldn't get it to kiss off the window. She will go to the foul line. Chelsea Brooke will pick up her 3rd foul. Maddie Rochi will go to the foul line. But everything right now the Lightning are doing is leading to that. Wide open, good looks in the bottom of the net and a 13-point lead.
Yeah, that was good ball movement. And it just looks like Adelaide's kind of pushing the UC Caps out of what they want to do. And you know, that was a good take. You know, Rochi just said, you know what, I'm just going to take it. And nothing's working for us right now. So, you know, take it to the hoop, if in doubt.
Rochi gets a nice little roll on the second. She's up to 15. And the lead is back to 11. Full court press, good hands. Couldn't quite get it. Was Roof, who's been really good tonight as well. 7 points, 5 rebounds, and
yeah, this is the first time I've seen it, and I've been quite impressed.
Wee Rung trying to get it to Talbot, does exactly that. Now she's going to get off the screen. Oh, pulls up, running out of time. She got on the travel.
And that's a good stop. And so the Caps just have to take it back to basics. All right, let's get one stop at a time. So that's one stop. Then we get another stop the next time down the floor. It's only 11 points. It's not out of reach.
Rochi. Tolo, 16-foot automatic normally, and that one is no exception. She's able to get it to go down. She's up to 6 points, and the lead now back into single figures. It's back to 9.
Those rings kind of look like they're dead, like they're like it hits it and it falls in.
Shooters everywhere. Be happy to hear that too, because that's what you like to hear.
Yeah.
Even if it's not exactly right. Here's Roof. Oh, lost at the last second. Just got a caught on her own hip. Bodies go sprawling. Now we're going to push the other way. Talbot feels confident. Euro. That one off the back of the iron.
She was
Did
like,
everything but drop.
yeah, she was like Flat Stanley. She fit through that, just side on and got through. And I think she was surprised how free she actually got.
Good pass inside. Bruce being great. But got on a 3-second violation. She camped in there. The referee took notice, and it's going to go back the other way. Another turnover for the Caps.
And whilst that she got the 3-second call, I think that's what they need to do, though. You know, pump it inside, use their bigs.
Is Wee Rung. She's got 10 points as well. She's been great. Been probably overshadowed a little bit by Talbot and Wilson, but she's been brilliant from the outset. That no exception. She tries to take on Tolo. And to be fair, and with the defender there, bail out.
Yeah,
mate, the replay might prove me wrong.
No, I agree. And she threw it out of bounds. I'm not even sure it was a shot. It looked like a pass to the McDonald sign.
What goes around comes around, though. So, as you said, it all evens up over the course of a season. So
Very true.
we run. That one's off. Ball don't lie. Second one is good.
Yeah, she's a good shooter, Wera. I'd put her at the line if she was on my team. So they've got a horn set coming up here. Oh, no, they've backed down. No, they've come up.
Rucci ends up using the roof side of the screen, can't hit it. Chasing it down, bodies will go sprawling again. Delaney will pick up the loose ball. Rucci again. Off the Tolo screen, little spin into the key, met by the tall timber, knocked away, and Adelaide will push the other way. Here is Wee Rung.
If Adelaide score here, no, they didn't quite get there, because the last 2 quarters they have scored right on the buzzer, so that would have been amazing if they could have done it again.
That time no good. Look at the defense, takes it right in. Whittle comes over, Talbot was already there. And after 3 here at Mackay, opening night WNBL season, all thanks to Chemist Warehouse, we've got a 10-point lead for the Adelaide Lightning, 59-49 in a quarter that really, the momentum was started by Ellie Wilson. She was brilliant, 2 straight on 3-pointers, and was able to really get the Adelaide Lightning confidence, not just the lead, but the confidence up to be able to play the game that Chris Lucas wants them to play.
Yeah, she was the difference, I think. So if she keeps stepping up, I think they'll pull away. But, you know, the Caps aren't out of this. I would never, ever put them out of this. But I really believe that they need to use their bigs inside just that little bit more. Push the ball up the floor and just pump it into their bigs and just see what they can do.
47%, as we did just see there from the field for Adelaide, and 35% from the three-point line. Their ability tonight, and we mentioned this in the call at different times, their ability to find an extra pass and make it a much easier shot. Even early in the first quarter, we spoke about the fact that both teams were probably getting good looks, that it's weren't knocking them down. Adelaide have been able to get good looks continually, and that third quarter told the story. Talbot's got 16, Wilson's got 13, Weerung's got 11. All have been recipients of that extra pass and a wide-open triple.
Yeah, and it feels just like the Caps are having to force it a little bit rather than, you know, get those good looks. So you're perfectly right. If they can settle down the Caps and get those good looks and get that ball rotation and pump it inside, and once you pump it inside, then you move on the outside to get that free shot. Don't just stand there and watch your bigs going to work. So if they can do that, I think this quarter could be theirs.
And what you just said too is what the Caps did so well early. It allowed you, it was Tolo on the double team or Froling, they were able to, and of course we heard from the Caps timeout, ability to, of its horns, one, to get down the middle, make the defense have to make that decision if you're going to help or double team or go, and it opened it up nicely. That stalled in that third quarter.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that they're discussing that right now and they remedy it, because this could make for a really good finish. And you know, it felt like that third quarter, that the Caps were kind of just holding on. We're just holding on, and you know, because we're 3 players down. No, you need to still win this game.
Rochi, Roof. Again, another turnover. Now we're going to push. This time it's Brook. That's a nice hand by Froling. Did enough. Now we're going to go the other way. 2 turnovers to start the quarter. Here's Delaney.
Alex Delaney, the daughter of Gail Henderson, another WNBL great. So no doubt Gail's watching.
Each and every day and night we're going to be talking about a daughter of someone, I think, so much of it littered across the league. Great stories. Here's Froling. Been a little quiet since quarter time, had 9 at the quarter.
It's a great rebound by Roof.
Ten-point lead, 59-49. (24-15) third quarter by the Lightning. Has them up double digits. Here is Roof. Little fadeaway on the left. That's almost
a great shot.
Impossible to defend. She just felt for the defender and was able to gain a little bit of space. And the lefty, that's nice. She's up to 9.
See, that's great D. And Caps need to do that. That's what I was saying before. If they get up the floor and you got a person like Maddie Rochi that plays D like she does, and I'm not saying that Adelaide ball handlers are a bit sus, but Adelaide ball handlers are a bit sus.
Rochi and Wilson both have been brilliant tonight. Rochi with 15. Here is Froling. She's got 14. Deep inside. Tries to take on Brook. Able to get the hand on it though and deflect it away. Now it's Talbot the other way. This is when she's at her best. Kicks it out. Wilson turns down the first one. Little left-hand dribble. Nails 2 of them. Nothing net. 14-footer. She is having a night and a half. And her and Talbot already causing fits for the UC Caps.
Yeah, they've been the problem, both of them. So look, I hope they keep letting it go now as they have been. Just call it as you have the whole game. Don't change anything now.
Here is Froling inside, trying to add to her 14. Does exactly that.
Great move. Get it inside to those bigs.
Quick move off the baseline, so there was no real help of a second defender being able to come, and she's so hard to guard one-on-one. Here's Whittle. Into the key. You wanted this, Michelle. That was no good. Then she's able to reach in over the top of Froling, and
that's a really cheap foul. Really cheap foul.
That's 4 now for Marina Whittle. The lead is 8. Rochi with 15 and 7. Inside, Roof goes baseline on a nice little spin, shows the ball. Tomlinson didn't fall, but it didn't matter. Uses the left hand. Roof's up to 11. She's having a night as well as here come the Caps. Talbot, spin, dumps it inside.
Nice pass.
Rook kicks it outside. Talbot did one of the first time. Now we'll reset. Wilson goes away from the Tomlinson screen, kicks it out. Talbot. Bow! Geez, I thought that went in for a split second.
That D has just changed this quarter. The Caps.
The intensity's lifted. Rochi into Tomlinson, gets it to roll. Chris Lucas says, I want a timeout. And the lead is back to 4. Rochi's got 17, throw 7 rebounds in there as well. We got ourselves a ball game, just under 8 minutes to go.
And, you know, it's a very simple concept. All they did was get up the floor. They changed it on the defensive end to help change their offensive end. So you're really smart there.
Great start. And the fact now that if you look at how the Caps start this 4th quarter, Rochi there all the way to the basket. Roof's been able to score a couple of times. Frolling's been the spearhead inside as well, and has been the focal point. Let's go inside the Adelaide timeout and see what he's got to say.
Sides that the ball do the work. They're in lanes, guys. Just run your stuff. Okay, look at Iowa. Look at circle action. Get the ball moving on early O. Okay, has everyone got it? All right, out of the timeout here, we'll go 2. Okay, into twist. Really aggressive. You've got to know where the shooters are. They'll come straight back up to Michaela Ruth here. Okay, let's make sure we're doing a job.
So they're heading into a zone by the sound of it.
And spoke about the fact too that when they were getting that 3rd quarter open shots, they were letting the ball do the work. Chris Lucas felt there, and as you just touched on with his team, don't force it. They're playing the lanes, so don't try and force it. Let the ball do the work and allow that to have the open shot. 4-point lead, opening night, Chemist Warehouse 2020 WNBL season. A doubleheader, the Fire and the Lynx next. Froling on the reach in. That'll be her 3rd.
But I don't mind that foul. She was up in the lane. She was, you know, there's a chance you might get that.
And the way they've been able to disrupt defensively, that's the way they've played in this 4th quarter. Here's Tomlinson. Great pass. Weerung did everything but couldn't quite get it to go. Great pass by Tomlinson. But it was Delaney with the rebound and a reach-in foul.
Yeah, just, you know, not finishing off again. It's anyone's game right now, Cam.
It most certainly is. And this is something we've got to get accustomed to, I think, in the 2020 WNBL season. We speak about it being a roller coaster. We'll be talking about momentum and games of twists and turns and seasons of twists and turns. It's sometimes quarters of twists and turns, and this is a perfect example tonight.
Yeah, it's a seesawing event.
Delaney to the foul line for 2 in the bonus. First one's lovely. That's her first points of the game. She's got 5 rebounds.
Good for her. She's doing well.
She's come in and played very well. Nails both, steps up coolly and very calmly delivers, and we have a 2-point game. 7 minutes to go. Talbot. Here's Wilson. Talbot again, off the Tomlinson screen. Wants to get deep. Great little pass. Look at least just over the head of Smith. And now the Caps have an opportunity to tie up or even take the lead.
Well, I think Talbot could have almost taken that herself. Be a little less unselfish.
Rochi. Roof's had a big 4th quarter. She's already got 4 in the quarter. Make it 6. Stares down Tomlinson, hits a little 15, 16 footer, and we're all tied up at 61.
So this game means a bit, I guess, to both teams, but to the Caps with those 3 out. You know, they're going for a 3-peat this season. You know, of course, they're working towards that. So they've got an end goal, a big end goal to meet.
Shorter season, as we know, so every game is going to be at the nth degree when it comes to the importance of it. Thomason finds Talbot inside. Good look. Nice inbounds play by the Lightning. That'll stall a little bit of momentum as they wrestle back the lead.
You know, it's 24 years since any team has done a three-peat, and the last team that did it was Adelaide in that racial spawn regime.
The team littered with legends. Rochi down the other end. She's able to get it. She's now up to 19. Tomlinson, high post, hands back to Wirang, kicks it outside. There's the wide open look. Off the eye, and that time for Smith.
That was great help D by Keely Froley, and then she recovered to get a hand to that shot. Beautiful D.
Oh, Rochi just dropped it off of Froling. That'll count. Great pass, takes the contact, great bucket. A chance now for a three-point play, and then to extend the lead to 3.
I was almost going to say Rochi should have taken that herself, but
brilliant pass.
yeah.
Knew exactly where Keely Froling was and just dropped it off. Both these ladies having a wonderful night.
So Keely Froling, she shot her free throws at 75% last season.
Nails that three-point lead. And now the challenge is all on the Lightning. They had an 11-point lead in the third quarter. It was 10 at three-quarter time. They now trail by 3. As a two-time defending champion, UC Caps come flying back. Talbot gets the Smith miss.
Oh, they
can't quite finish. A little bit of glad wrap on the rim. Tomlinson keeps it alive. Throws it off the leg of Delaney. It'll stay with the Lightning underneath the bucket on the baseline.
So Adelaide just have to weather this storm because, you know, that's a great shot by Talbot. Beautiful board, put it back up. She's just not getting that roll.
Tomlinson with another great pass to Smith. That one won't count as the foul was called, but she's impressed me in the last couple of minutes, Lorella Tomlinson. Her ability to be able to find the open woman has been extremely important to be able to get some better ball movement and better looks for the Lightning.
Did you just say the open woman?
Did I say that? Correct though, isn't it?
He's an open man. Oh, come on.
66-63, three-point lead. Wilson's been great tonight. She's got 15. Here's Talbot. Shot clock winding down again. She has to do it on herself. Little crossover, step back.
That's what I like.
Nothing but net.
What both of these teams will not want to happen is for this to go into overtime. Not in your first game.
And with the short back up as well. Hot humid. Here's Rochi. Leaves it for Roof, who's been great in the last quarter. Knocked away by Smith. It'll stay with the Caps. They have a 1-point lead. Half the fourth period almost gone. Delaney to inbound. Rochi, aggressive all night. It continues here. Talbot with the block. We rung over the outside, over the top.
Well, they're still letting it go, so
are.
this is a good thing.
Exactly what you called for.
Yep.
You've got.
She needs to go back to the bar.
Roof, same move. Couldn't finish it this time. Their first blemish for the quarter.
That's tough to stop that shot, though.
Here is Talbot. Wilson. Off the Tomlinson screen. Tolo just got the little hip in, though. Impeded the progress of Wilson enough for the referee to say that's illegal. So it'll stay with the Lightning. They trail by a point. It has been a great contest. It was the Caps by 2 at quarter time, the Lightning by 1 at half time. They had a 10-point lead at three-quarter time. And now it is the Caps by a point, 66-65. Just over 4 minutes remaining. Opening night, doubleheader.
What's your tip, Cam? Who's going to win this? Come on, put you on the spot.
I'll say the Caps just, but overtime's not out of the question. As I say that, Wirang puts them back in front. That's
no.
long, and
Oh, no.
now we've got an ankle.
Is that Ruth?
It is. She's been great tonight. 13 points, 6 rebounds.
Oh, that doesn't look
Just
good.
have a look.
And that is the absolute last thing that the Caps need. Another injury. So, and you know, these injuries, this could change their season. Well, that's really unfortunate.
She's been brilliant tonight. Been brilliant in the fourth quarter. And hopefully we can get some good news around the ankle injury. We'll keep you updated as well, wherever you might be around Australia, because she has been outstanding tonight. The Caps, of course, hit with a mountain of injuries coming into this game, and she has stepped up and herself done a mountain of work, and she's a huge reason as to why the Caps have a 1-point lead. And
a big shout out to all those physios that are in the hub. How hard are they going to work? It is going to be a long 6 weeks.
It is. It is, and that's so much of what this is going to be over the next exciting 6 weeks. Here's Wilson. Can't get it inside. Weirung thought about it. Uses the Tomlinson screen. Shot clock. She's got to let it go. She does. She gets it off. Gets a little shoot as well. Gets it down there, back in front. She's got 8.
She was pumped about that too.
Lightning by a point. Froling just come in for Ruth.
I think it's Caps by a point, actually.
Rochi has to let it fly. No good. There's a good chance I am wrong in excitement as they push the other way. Smith can't quite finish it.
This is like a tennis match now.
It is.
No,
4 minutes to go.
You were right, it was lightning by one.
Froling, been brilliant, got 19. Delaney for 3. Off the back of the iron, Rerun goes up, gets her 6th rebound. And now an opportunity for the Lightning to extend that lead. A wonderful opener to this season. Wilson kicks it out. Talbot for 3, couldn't quite finish it. Tomlinson keeps it alive. Wilson thought about it, gets inside. Oh, Weirung might have got away with a little walk. Either way, she gets all the way to the bucket and misses the left-hand layup and then picks it up. Scrappy defense. And it falls back into her hand. Now it's Wilson. If you blink, you'll miss some type of action. Weirung 3, she started it. Couldn't finish it. Tomlinson again. Inside, gets rid of Cabillo, and it counts. 3-point lead. She's got 10.
2 in a row, 2 scores in a row by Tomlinson. That hurts.
They kept it alive on the offensive glass.
There was nothing. When you got a small on you like that, there is absolutely nothing you can do.
Tolo, which she has done so often in her career, shoulders the responsibility to keep her team in it. She'll go the foul line for 2. Have a look at this.
Yeah, there was not a lot that Cabillo could do there.
Tomlinson having a very big effect in the second half. She's up to 10 points. She's got 4 rebounds. And it's a 3-point lead. Tolo, nothing but net.
So we've got Wilson and Talbot, who is sitting over 30 minutes already. I don't know that they'll be able to sustain that for the whole of this hub championship.
That's going to be the big one, isn't it? That's why the depth of Adelaide and the girls tonight who have stood up. Smith playing some great minutes. What a pass from Wilson. Talbot couldn't finish, but what a pass. Have a look at this. Look at that. Just great screen by Tomlinson. No help defense. Wilson was just able to pinpoint it. Talbot takes a little bump.
She'll be very frustrated.
Hit flat, she missed it.
Yeah, struggling to finish off quite a few.
Earns herself a couple of foul shots, though. She'll go to foul line for 2.
So we've also got on the Caps, Rochi is sitting at 33 minutes at this stage.
First one is down. Minutes watch and fitness watch and health watch is going to be something we're going to get accustomed to over the course of the next 6 weeks. Misses the second, runs down her own long rebound, tries to get inside the brook, just can't. Tolo takes it away. And I'm not 100% certain what her exact minute restriction number is, but I figure the last couple of minutes, she'll play them.
For sure.
Tolo, top of the key, wants to take on Tomlinson, hand off. Kays has been great defensively, couldn't finish it there on offense. Kept alive by Tolo, and here's Rochi.
I know last season when she was limited, it was 20 minutes. So she's now sitting at 17-20.
Funny that. Calculator's a huge part of minutes restrictions nowadays in the WNBL. Rochi crosses over Brooke, gets all the way to the bucket and finishes it.
Gosh, I'm impressed with Rochi. She's got a good head on her shoulders.
She's been brilliant. She has 21 and we're all tied up. Wilson. Talbot. She's got 21, 10 rebounds. Good little handoff. Tomlinson goes under the bucket, kicks it out, wide open three for Wilson. That's off the back of the iron.
It's a nice board.
And now a chance for the Caps to be able to take the lead. Under a minute to play. Big opportunity. What a night it has been for Rochi. Little spin. Great D by Tomlinson. Knocked away. Tolo thought that it come off Weerung's hands. So we have a little look at this. Great move by Rochi. There's the block.
I think Rochi would want the instant review system that is going to be there for the 21 games on Foxtel and the ABC, where it's the discretion of the game day referee. 5 cameras with different angles, and I think Rochi wishes it was there right now. But that'll be a good addition to the game, I think.
I love it. Technology in sport, you always want to be able to get. Sometimes it's finding the right balance between stopping the momentum of the game and also the entertainment with getting the right. But the very fact is, with the amount of cameras you're touched on, with the very fact that it's the high definition, you're going to be able to see fairly quickly if we can make the right decision. If it stays with the referees, then it is what it is, and that's what we've dealt with for the majority of our sporting lives. But
exactly.
The fact is, if you can help technology, you can bring it in, and you're able to get it done,
yeah,
then essentially, I think that's the best thing for the game.
I agree. And, you know, if they can do it in an efficient manner and not hold the game up too much, I guess that's even better. Let's listen to Chris Lucas.
You get possession, 2 down. 2 down. Okay? 2 possession game here. Right, so you've got to get a stop. So they'll run a play here. Make sure you don't pre-switch. Be attached, okay, and talking to each other. Okay, got it? Be aware of what you...
Hey, we got this. We want this.
Let's
Let's go, ladies.
Loose
Let's go,
stays.
3, 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
It'll be really interesting to see what play the Caps run now and then how they defend the Lightning.
40 seconds to go, 70 apiece. There was a 10-point three-quarter time lead for the Lightning, but the Caps have been great. The roof has been huge in the fourth quarter. He watched it go down just a moment or two ago with an ankle injury. We'll keep you updated on that. What an exciting end to the opener of what is going to be an exciting 6 weeks. Capillo, not who I thought would take the shot, to be fair.
No, I agree. I'm a bit surprised.
But
I would have pumped it into Tolo.
Wilson.
It's one of those shots that you can either be a hero or a villain.
Caps will get another shot. Here's Weerung, wants to be aggressive, takes it right at Tolo, couldn't finish it. Ball's loose, might have come off Talbot's heel. Referees look, and they've given it back to Adelaide.
His body's going everywhere.
Great move here, took it right at Tolo.
But that's tough, like, to take it at Tolo like that.
And here's the opportunity now for the Adelaide Lightning.
Timeout.
11 seconds.
This could be a long 11 seconds.
What a night it has been. What an opener. Chemist Warehouse WNBL season for 2020. It's different. It's fast. It's upside down like so much of 2020 has been. Let's have a listen to Chris Lucas.
Or not.
Or not.
So, yeah. I thought Paul Goris must have an embargo on not, you can't come and listen to me.
You've got plenty of time. Okay, get the second possession. Everyone got it. All right, so support the shot. If you don't come up with it, you're going to have to foul. Okay, put them back on the line. But we should be good here. Just run box, put it in, sprint up, step right, flip it.
It's really interesting because they don't normally allow, you know, you're going into the timeouts in the last few minutes.
I hope we haven't snuck in, Michelle, and we're going to hear about this later. The great access, and we mentioned on the season launch about the media access for so many of the teams and so many opportunities. So great access.
So the Caps will need to play some really smart D here.
Here we go.
You'd think
Tomlinson.
it's going to Talbot.
Here's Whittle. Here's Wilson. Uses the Tomlinson screen, pulls up for the win. Dust off the iron. Talbot comes off the iron as well. Capillo for the win. Oh!
So we're going to overtime.
We are going to overtime in an opener of the Chemist Warehouse WNBL season, and I think it's a very fitting ending to what has been an intense 4 quarters of basketball. Overtime, we are knotted at 70.
Going into overtime might really hurt the Caps now, I think, with their less numbers. I don't know. They might prove me wrong. You can't ever underestimate the Caps. We could be here all night.
We might be.
I've got a 5 a.m. start in the morning.
Too bad of an idea.
I should put my clothes.
Let's check out what the Caps are saying here. You mentioned it there as well. Let's go into Caps huddle and see what they're saying as we get to a 5-minute overtime period.
Go get it. Alex is like there. As we come to this screen, it's Abby. Well, the cross screen, so they got a little big. Polo, cross screen, set it up, go under or over, okay? Be aware, if we go this down screen and they come to trap, Alex, you'll be open right in the middle. So pass fake into Tolo. She's open, give it. But if they go, Alex, you're then on the dive to the basket.
Bring this ball all the way over to make a good angle. Polo, as soon as you cross the screen, stop pulling pace.
So if you're thinking they're going to trap, go to Alex for the pinch and then go lower like grip, okay? So rub low, hold on the screen, okay? Hold on the screen.
Something that will be very interesting here is the minutes restriction on Tolo, because I'm not sure, and in fact, I'm almost certain it wouldn't have factored in overtime. So
I wouldn't have thought it would be any more than 20 minutes that she should be playing, and that's one of those things now. You know, what do you do if you're Paul Goris? Because I know you really want to win the game, but you've got to manage the injuries and keep them on the floor. So for the longevity of her on the floor, maybe he needs to sit her.
Nice big crowd starting to filter in as well. Socially distanced, of course, which is the way the times in 2020. But good to see Mackay and the locals be able to see the highest quality basketball in the world right now. We're waiting for live basketball, and we get it with the Chemist Warehouse and WNBL starting tonight. Five-minute overtime. Rochi's been brilliant. She's got 21, 7 and 6 assists. Delaney. Cabillo, they're going to let it loose. Tolo off the back of the iron, no good. Talbot just rips down what is her 10th rebound. A double-double on opening night for Steph Talbot. Jump. 15-footer heads down, and the Lightning have the lead again.
She made that just look way too easy. Whoa.
Big screen set on Ellie Wilson, who just bumps straight up, points to the floor wipe. As I said, there's a little bit of sweat here, but I'm fine.
I think you probably need to talk that up a little bit more and give her some warning that that's coming, especially when it's someone as big as Tolo.
True. First one, back iron for Delaney, who's been good tonight. Only the 2 points, 8 rebounds in nearly 21 minutes, and someone who had to real stand up with the injuries and fill the breach, and she's been brilliant.
Yeah, she's just been really steady, and I don't think she's missed a foul shot, has she?
She's missed the first one there, but she's now the first couple.
She's done really well.
1 point lead, early in overtime. Talbot. 23 points, 10 rebounds.
Oh, good day.
Great hands by Rochi on that occasion, though. And now she's going to try and attack as she has all night. And Tolo
needs to go to work here. Get it back inside to her. Get it back inside to her.
Talbot just blocks Rochi. She does exactly what's called for. Here comes a double team, but what a pass from Tolo. Kaiser for three, right in front of the Adelaide bench. Couldn't get it to go down.
Great boxing out by Adelaide Lightning.
Talbot. 1 point Lightning lead. Tries to get the hand off. Did it go out of court? It did. Again, they were able to get into the passing lane. Something Chris Lucas spoke about halfway through the fourth quarter. And again, great defense by the Caps. Look at this hand. Right there.
Good work.
Perfectly done by Hannah Kaiser, who's been great tonight on the defensive end.
Yeah, there's been a few that have stepped up.
What a night. Double header. Perth Lynx and the Townsville Fire to come straight after this.
So we're looking at Rochi's played 36 minutes. That's a lot of minutes. I'm not the minute police, by the way.
No, it is something that I think needs to be noted. What a pass, Tolo. Couldn't quite finish it, was Rochi. Weerum's been good as well. Gets in, little 11-footer, uses the friendly rims. She's got 13 to go with 9 rebounds. It's a 3-point lead.
Yeah, and if the Caps aren't careful here, they'll run away with it.
Jump ball.
Oh, wow.
And it will go to the Lightning with the possession arrow. I would like to see the jump ball actually reintroduced.
I would too. You know, it was nice to see it in the WNBA, and that's what made me think that I really missed it. Yeah, and look, I understand they did it for the flow of the game, speed up the game, but
it doesn't speed up the game. We've been sitting around for 40 seconds waiting for them to throw the ball in.
I agree. But I think in younger
juniors, no dramas with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely no dramas at all. Ali Wilson. Here is Talbot, been brilliant. Already hit one from here in overtime. Turned it down this time. Shot clock isn't too far away. Here's Whittle inside. Delaney on the guard. Does enough. Kaiser with the rebound. And now Cabillo directing traffic. Delaney wants to get the hand off. Couldn't quite get it.
I think Whittle will be disappointed with her performance so far. And I won't can her out because I know she can play and she still might step up. Nice shot by Tolo.
Tolo's able to hit it. Talbot, aggressive, straight into the key. Hits about 4 bodies in the end. Just looked up, about a wide open 6-footer. She's able to get it down. And she's so crafty in those situations. She absorbs body contact so well.
It was kind of like bowling pins. All going down.
Tolo,
Nice.
great backdoor look. Couldn't quite get it.
It was a good look, just bad execution.
We take a deep breath. We're into overtime. It's a 3-point lead for the Lightning. Wilson. Left-hand dribble on Delaney, kicks it out. We run. Baseline 3, nothing but net. The lead is doubled. And the Caps want to talk about it as we are now under 2 minutes in overtime. And the lead is 6.
So with 6 points, the lead, do you keep Tolo out there?
You do. You do. I don't know how the minutes restriction work, but it has been an up and down game. But look at this.
She's doing so well, and it is a marathon, not a sprint.
And Ellie Wilson again, her ability tonight to be able to, and a lot of that's got to do with the way she's been able to shoot the through ball. So the defence has had to come up a little bit more. Let's have a listen to what the Caps have been able to say. But Ellie Wilson's been able to get into the key whenever she wants.
All right, so we want Hannah, you be this side, Rochi, you be the inbounder, okay? We want to try and get, you're going baseline, Hannah on the flare, Rochi, you step in, Alex, you come back and get her. We get the flare and you pop as well. So you've got 2 bites of it. Hannah, Hannah, or back out and shoot it.
What an opening night.
So I guess the UC Caps, you just don't want them to have like the Phoenix Mercury did in the WNBA, where they were so injury, like hurt, that, you know, they were down to 6, 7 players at one stage there, and you know, that really hurt them a bit.
Delaney leads at 6. Just over a minute to go. Delaney for 3. That's off the iron. Talbot gets a rebound, her 11th, and it just pushes and gets all the way to the other end with the one hand. Lays it in. The lead is 8. She's been brilliant. Wouldn't have expected anything less. She's got 27 and 10. A big screen by Tolo, but it leads to nothing. And now it's about Adelaide just being able to hold it up. Play smart basketball. Rochi reaches in. Talbot, they're in the bonus, so she'll go to foul line for 2. She has been incredible. 27 points, 11 rebounds. 8-point lead. Speak about how impressive you are, Michelle. The very fact is, we know they're young, and they were great for 3 quarters, but they were challenged. That 10-point, 11-point lead, they were overtaken in the 4th quarter, and their ability to be able to stand up and turn their fortunes around and win, or look like they should win from here, that's something that's to be commended.
Yeah, for sure. And I know Chris Lucas has a 2-year plan for this team, because they are a young team. So you know, it's not just the short vision thing. It's a long vision for him.
Delaney kicks it out. Tolo for 3. That's off the iron. Cabillo keeps it alive. Rochi's been incredible. She's going to try and take a little hesitation. Just gets right around. Can't get it to finish. It's going to stay. It's going to stay with the Caps. Adelaide bench believing that Rochi might have just got away with a little double dribble or a carry, but it was a beautiful hesitation.
Yeah, I'd let it go. I think, yeah.
Hey, the referees let it go. It's fair play. They do.
That's right.
Here she is, been outstanding. That's just off the iron. Talbot gets another rebound, and they are going to come away with a big win here. A huge win in overtime. Trailed by 2 points at quarter time, led by a point at the half, was brilliant in the 3rd quarter, led by Ellie Wilson and Steph Talbot. They led by 10. They trailed by 3.
I don't think Paul Goris will be that upset with his. I think they've done a good job, and both these teams, they will build on this first game.
No doubt. The teams are going to get hot and get on a run and gain confidence, and they will be teams like this young Adelaide Lightning team who are going to enjoy the 6-week sprint.
For sure, yeah.
This is the best way to start it, by being able to knock over the 2-time reigning champions. Taya in. Delaney just going to let it fly. Talbot with yet another rebound. She's got 14 rebounds to go with her 31 points. She has been huge. And the Adelaide Lightning start in the best possible way for the Chemist Warehouse 2020 WNBL season. An overtime win. It took an extra 5 minutes. But in the end, it was a 12-point win for the Adelaide Lightning. The Capitals, as you touched on, Michelle, it's not panic stations. They've got players to come back in. But with the games so important, an opportunity there, not lost. But in saying that, it will hurt just a little bit because every win's so important.
Oh, of course, it'll hurt. It always hurts, no matter what. But look, they put up a good fight, the Caps. You know, I still, if they get their players on the floor, I still think they'll be top 4. But I was impressed with the Lightning. You know, the Lightning, they were in fits and waves. They were really good and then a little bit ordinary. But, you know, they did what they had to do. And Steph Talbot, she was just outstanding. What a player.
Huge. 31 points, 14 rebounds, and allowed the game to come to her, in particular in the first period, as the teams were filling themselves out. We see Chris Lucas here talking to his Chargers, And while I'm sure he's teaching in the best possible way, he would be proud as punch to have come here and won the first game of the season. Steph Talbot was outstanding. I think Ellie Wilson's going to join us in a very split second as well. In fact, we've got her now. Ellie, as we welcome you in. What a night. What a huge win. What a way, and what is going to be an interesting 6 weeks. But great start. Well, great. No better way to start the season.
Yeah, that's exactly how we wanted to start it. We came out aggressive and we played as a team, and that's exactly what we said coming into it, and we're happy to walk away 1-0.
You were feeling it in that third quarter. Of course, we know there's going to be roller coasters, there's going to be momentum builders within each game, but that third quarter, you were able to get yourself open and a couple of teammates open and able to build that double-digit lead.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a point guard, so, you know, I'm looking to get my teammates involved first and foremost, but if I need to score, I can score for the team as well, so I was happy to do that in the third.
So it went into overtime. Ali, how confident did you feel going into that overtime that Adelaide were going to take the win?
Yeah, we spoke about it coming out of the fourth quarter and just said that we need to come out with high energy and aggression and really stamp our authority early on in overtime, and I think that we did that.
How big do you think this win's going to be? We know the makeup of the team, yourself and Steph Talbot, the two real veterans of the team, but there's a lot of younger girls and a lot of them having their first touch at the WNBL and having to play big minutes. How much confidence will they gain from this type of performance?
Yeah, this was really important. We've spoke about this first game for 6 weeks against Canberra, that if we come out here and get this game 1-0, we could go anywhere this season. And yeah, we did that. Steph's an absolute superstar.
Tell me, so was Chris Lucas happy after the match, or, you know, it's a tough one?
Yeah, if anyone knows Chris, you know, he's never satisfied, but he had a big grin on his face, and we've been gunning for this game, as I said, for 6 weeks. So I'm glad that we could get the win for Chris tonight.
Lastly, before we let you go, we must say we are in an air-conditioned studio, so we are okay, but we are here and there's no air conditioning. It's a bit hot and humid where you are. What were the conditions like, not only for 40 minutes, but an extra 5?
Yeah, it's super hot. The fan is huge on the roof, and that's given a bit of air circulation, but I am absolutely dripping sweat. But yeah, it's not too bad, not too bad.
Well, it's a season opening sweat, so that's the good news there. So congratulations, you were great tonight, and look forward to us seeing you again on Sunday.
Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for having me.
Ellie Wilson, she was brilliant. 15 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. She spoke there about the fact that she's a point guard, but she just controlled the game, and it was either her own shot, which she was able to hit 2 huge threes from straight on in that third quarter, or her ability to find the open teammate. It was a big part of open looks, and that's why she is extremely important to this team and also the league.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, hopefully she just builds on that, and we look forward to, in the future, her maybe stepping up to the Opals.
You'd want. So the very fact is, right now, that she's feeling as best as she's probably felt in the last couple of years, and I think that showed tonight. And that's the opportunity that these players are going to get. If you look at how it'll play out over the next 6 weeks, we're going to see players say, oh, geez, I think that could be. She should be in the Opal squad, or she should be in the Opal squad, or she's going to be knocking on the Opal squad, and she's the first one to have been able to see tonight, like Steph Talbot already there. But the very fact is that she was brilliant tonight. If you are just joining us, the Lynx and the Fire, of course, push back just a little bit. The girls are just hitting the court right now to start their warm-ups. But the very fact is it was a highly entertaining opener to the Chemist Warehouse 2020 WNBL season. It was a 1-point lead at quarter time for the Caps, and then in the end, to be fair, going forward, the Lightning were brilliant. They controlled it. They led by 3 points at halftime. They got that lead out to 11. They led by 10 points at three-quarter time. And then in the fourth quarter, the Caps threw everything at them. Madison Rocci was outstanding. Ruth was brilliant early in the fourth. She has hurt her ankle, so we'll keep you updated on that when we get the news as soon as it drops. We went to overtime, and as we just said, Ellie Wilson say, it is hot in there. The play didn't drop, but in the end, the Lightning were too good and come away with, in the end, a 12-point win.
Yeah, and they should be pleased with that. And I think as much as you said, Chris Lucas is not pleased with much, he'd be really happy. That's a great start to their campaign. But having said that, I don't think Paul Goris, I don't think he's going to be really upset because they also put up, a big fight tonight, and both teams will only improve for the future.
No, Dan, you touched on it just quickly before we wrap up and take a quick break before the next game. Delaney, 9 boards off the bench, 3 points, played her role brilliantly. Rochi was outstanding with 21 and 8. Of course, Hannah Kaiser was really good defensively tonight. Taya came in and played some minutes late, but that's something to build on. If you're right now the Caps and you're a little disappointing losing the opener, you've got some pretty big names to come in. Froling was brilliant in the first half, and the fact is, while it is a sprint, there's going to be plenty of opportunities to be able to make sure that going forward, the depth of this team continues to be able to force wins onto the Caps when it comes to the win-loss record. All right, one down.
One down, we've got another one to go.
One to go. The Lynx and the Five just jumped on court. They're warming up. We're going to get to that in around 20 minutes' time. But in the opener, in the Chemist Warehouse 2020 WNBL season, it was the Adelaide Lightning 85, the Caps 73.